we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Holland.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit the...
Alrighty everyone, welcome to Talladega Superspeedway and the over-the-top designs Lugnuts Throwback Series. Matt in the booth once again, and back with us this week, Mrs. Rachel Thornhill. Miss Thornhill, you have a copy.
I'm here.
Alrighty, so we got Rachel up here with us for one. It's sure to be a fun one here tonight from Talladega Superspeedway. Rachel, in practice, some guys were having a little bit of problems, but I think it's going to be overall a fun night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was watching practice and, some of them are getting into that outside wall. And I mean, there was a couple big ones, but I mean, but that's to be expected, here at Dega. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, it's going to be a good one.
And I'll tell you what, down here in Alabama this week, we're going to go 83 laps. Pretty long race for the over-the-top designs, Luke's Lugnuts Throwback Series.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But I mean, with Dega, it's such a large track. It's a long track just to get around. So, I mean, you're looking, it's over 2.5 miles. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to take these guys some time to get around, especially for qualifying. So we'll see, what these guys do, what kind of lap times they put down.
Yeah, and that's the thing, keep in mind, guys, with these old school cup cars, no restrictor plate on them here tonight. We're going to see speeds in excess of 212, 213, even 220 in the draft. Wicked fast here at Talladega, Alabama. Only thing that could make this better, Rachel, is if we had the Talladega dirt track here to kind of go alongside this.
Oh, no, I definitely agree.
So right here as we're getting ready to go, Jack Watts right now top of the board. The fastest car in practice I saw was actually Brandon Thornhill. Got up on top of the board there for a while. A good job to Brandon doing that. But right now it's Jack Watts on top, Ray Richards second, Reeves, Klein, Haynes, and Danielson in your top 6. And we're going to actually check in on Ronald Klein, who is right now working his way through the tri-oval. And this is one of those races that you got to look at Ronald Klein and say, okay, he's got a very good shot at doing something here tonight. Top of the or P2 right now. What do you say we grab Ronald up here and talk to him as he just wrapped up his qualifying lap?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Another two.
Hey, Ronald Klein, Matt and Rachel in the booth, just wrapping up your qualifying lap here. Good run, buddy, 46.7.
Yeah, it's going to be towards the back. We lost a little bit of speed coming off too.
Well, are you circling tonight kind of one of those nights, man, where you can make a charge to the front here at Talladega and kind of turn it around a little bit?
No, the Superspeedways are kind of anybody's game, really. There's a lot of good drivers out here, a lot of good legitimate, speedway drivers. So, not really, especially in this car. You really got to drive this car. I mean, I think that we have a shot at a win tonight, but I'm not counting on it. If you put me in a different series like the Cup car, I think my chances are a little better, but we're going to play it safe. We're going to take it easy kind of for the most part of the race and just hopefully have something for the end.
All right, man. Well, big good luck out there, Ronald. Have fun tonight and have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
All right. Alrighty, Rachel, well, there you have it. Rob Haynes, top of the board, 46.443. Brandon Thornhill not qualifying as of yet, but we're getting ready to go racing here. And again, unrestricted. I don't know what we're going to see here tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, this will definitely be different with these guys not being restricted. Like you mentioned earlier, I mean, we're going to be seeing speeds that we normally don't see, like in the Cup cars or the Xfinity cars. So, we're going to see higher speeds than normal. So, but of course, with that also can affect the handling of these cars because I mean you're going at speeds that are not normal. So, yeah, we'll have to see if some of these guys can hold on to them.
Well, we're getting them gridded up here, Rachel. We'll get ready to go. Rachel in the booth with us here tonight. Let's take a look at our qualifying order. Row number 1 here tonight for the Loose Lugnuts or the Top Designs Tuesday Night Throwback Series. Give it to Rob Haynes and Andrew Shalta. Row number 2 making their way here in the 08 machine, Mr. Michael Jeans and Wally. Fourth, Wally, another one of those I think can sneak up there and get it. Row number 3, give it to Jack Watts, Mitchell Reeves. Row number 4, Judd Dangleson, Ronald Klein. Row number 5, Ray Richer. Got Patton there in the 46, coming off a good win or a good run there on Sunday. Row number 6, John Pansula, Randy Arms in 12th. Row number 7 here tonight, Brandon the Man Thornhill, Trent Drum right there in 14th, and Jeffrey Merck rounding out in the field there in row 8.
I was actually kind of shocked that those last 4 did not qualify.
You know, I am, but I'm not. I understand the premise. Just kind of let it roll. You don't know really what to expect here tonight, so they're just kind of letting it roll and let it figure its thing out here. As again, folks, we're going to get ready to go green. Everybody's rolled off behind the pace car. Not exactly organized here, so we're going to get them all caught back up before they get around. So track facts here tonight. Let's get it pulled up for you. It's Talladega Superspeedway. 2.5 miles here tonight. We're going to do 83 miles. I was just about to say 183. Boy, that'd be a long night here.
Yeah, that would be extremely
right around
long.
220 miles. Track temp 97 degrees Fahrenheit. Air temp 74. Wind speed 4 miles an hour. What do I expect? Well, it could be anything here. And folks that got to watch my stream there a couple of days ago, don't forget to keep a lookout for that drunken squirrel on the back straightaway that'll bring out a caution. Don't ask, Rachel. We had a drunk squirrel on the racetrack a couple of days ago.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. So, and then I did notice, I mean, they're running 70% fuel, and they also have 1 fast repair tonight.
Hey, what? We may need a fast repair for ourselves up here in the booth before this night's over. As crazy as it's going to get.
Right. Yeah. So I think one thing with them having that fast repair, that's gonna make a huge difference. Because if, to be honest, especially Dega's known for those big wrecks. Most of these guys would probably be out of commission if there wasn't a fast repair, because that would just be so hard to run this whole entire race with damage.
Well, folks, fast repair and all, we're getting ready to go green here at Talladega, Alabama. Rachel, are you ready? It's going to be Superspeedway Racing, 87 Cup car. Here we go. And coming to green for 83 laps here tonight. Well, still late into it. That start finish line way down here, and we are green. Haynes bringing them up to speed already.
Right, and you got Andrew Schulte on his outside. He's trying to catch him on that outside, but he's just not able to really get a run.
Yeah, and a really weird start there for the whole entire pack. Really spread out here down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Haynes and Schulte pretty much took off on their own and left everybody behind. There was a major gap between them and the rest of the field.
Now, we have seen some very interesting finishes over the last couple of weeks here in the loose Lugnuts. I want to call it the ecosystem that is multiple leagues here. And I expect nothing more or nothing less than the same here tonight. We can see some crazy finishes at a place like Talladega with 2 laps going on the board this time by. Rachel, early on, everybody, like you said, spread out, kind of finding their own groove.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I'm sure a lot of these guys are trying to get a handle on the car and don't really want to, end up in that outside wall. I know some of these guys were kind of struggling in practice, and so I'm sure they're trying to take their time. They have 83 laps, so I mean, they still have plenty of time. There's really no need for them to get extremely aggressive or anything right now.
Yeah, and to your point, there's time here to kind of figure this out as we look up front. Haynes leads. Andrew Schulte actually losing second right now through the 08 of Michael Jeans. And Michael Jeans in a different paint scheme. Boy, that's going to throw me off tonight.
Right,
Wow.
I did notice that he had a totally different paint scheme and this week. So.
And daggone you, Michael Jeans, trying to throw me off. How dare you? Oh well, it happens, don't it? That's their plan, to throw off their broadcaster, I think.
We're just so used to seeing him with a specific paint scheme, so he had to change it up.
Indeed he did, and he definitely did it here tonight, and they're going to work their way down into the front of the tri-oval again here. And you see Scott Patton right there alongside Mr. Andrew there as well. Rob Haynes up front. I do apologize if I mess up some numbers because my ticker on my left-hand side that y'all can't see, well, it is frozen once again tonight. So, Rachel, I'm just kind of calling this thing blind, I reckon.
Oh, well, I understand. I got you. But, yeah, I mean, right now, these guys are kind of trying to stay together, like, pretty much trying to draft as much as they possibly can. But it's kind of off for a few of them because it's like that. I think they're just trying not to get too close because they don't really know how this car is going to handle.
And we saw right there, Scott Patton worked his way to second with a big 3-wide move, made it stick, and now runs second behind Rob Haynes as we all fight our way through here. 5 of 83 completes. Patton to second. Good run there for that Stone River Outfitters, and 3 wide behind him again. That's Jack Watts, I believe, back there 3 wide with him also.
Yeah, that's Jack Watts, and then you've got Ronald Klein as well, and also Jeff Merck. Jeff Merck has moved his way up from 15th to 11th.
Yeah, and a great job by Jeff Merck working his way forward. I mean, I'm not surprised. Merck very good at taking care of the car, inching his way forward each and every week. This is kind of Merck's, I don't want to say his plan, but it's kind of the way he does this each and every week, is he'll work that car forward. Haynes leads, Schulte second, and Patton in third now, I do believe, if I'm correct. Even though it's showing me 8th on my screen, I know that's not accurate, but we're going to do the best we can here, and that top lane's starting to come alive a little bit here, Rachel.
Yeah, you do have the 77 of Jack Watts that he went to the outside lane, but unfortunately for him, he's just kind of fallen back, like he was left by himself, and unfortunately that hurts him because he doesn't have anybody else with him, and the other cars are pretty much drafting off of each other, on the inside.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you got to look at here, the way they're working right now. As again, we're 7 laps into this 83 lap event. Scott Patton right there hanging on as well. Great run for Scott. Oh no, Patton, just as I say that, into the outside wall. And we're going to have a mess in turn 3 and 4. And it was Scott Patton involved there, Rachel.
Right. Scott Patton, John Pensula for sure.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, huge mess.
Yeah. Those were the only 2 cars that I could see. I'm not sure if there was anybody else that was involved. But really
Holy
unfortunate.
cow. The Patton big incident there. So that brings the yellow out lap 88 of 83. Really unfortunate for him. Folks, we're going to go commercial break here. I'm going to quickly work on the other way, and we'll be right back here from Talladega Superspeedway over Top Designs, Lugnuts, X Series.
And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Holland.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit the.
Yes. Off lid.
Alrighty, folks, back here at Talladega Superspeedway after your first caution of the night came out for Scott Patton being involved. Brought a pretty big incident there into the corner, Rachel.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was Scott Patton and John Pensula that ended up getting some damage. But a lot of these guys ended up coming down pit road because of this caution. I know Rob Haynes for sure, and a few others. They ended up coming down pit road. So.
Yeah, and a good opportunity to come down, take 4 fresh tires and good old gasoline to keep thing going. You see Andrew back down. Looks like he's going to top off that 09 machine. Everybody hanging on right now, and it's going to be 9 laps complete this time by. I know the ticker says 66, guys, but we are running 83 here tonight. That will update itself here in just a moment.
Yeah, it looks like we've got quite a few others that just came down pit road. Scott Patton came down again, came down. Also, that was a few others. There's at least 3 or 4 that came down pit road. Oh, Brandon Thornhill came down pit road as well.
Well, we know now, and if you take a look at it, Rachel, you look at what just happened, we know that Scott Patton has now used his fast repair. He don't have any more gibbeys in the bag. So that's going to hurt him here for the next, 70 laps or so that we've got left here tonight. We got 73 laps to go here from Talladega Superspeedway, the Lugnuts Over the Top Designs Tuesday Night Throwback Series. It's going to hurt them because if you get into a major oopsie, well, your night's pretty much over.
Right, and I agree with that. So it's like I would save my fast repair as long as possible because, like you mentioned, you just never know what's going to happen between now and lap 83. And if some major incident happens where if we have one of those big ones, then if they get any damage, then when they come down pit road, they're going to stay on pit road, and it'll end up like ruining their night.
And before we go any further here, Rachel, I do want to put a plug in before we go back to green. Don't forget, folks, coming up this Saturday, if you want to check it out on Extreme Sim TV, I will be competing in the Daytona 24-hour with Mad Esports Racing. We're going to be competing in the LMP2. That'll be right here on Extreme Sim TV, 8 a.m. on Saturday. Should be a lot of fun, but before we go down to Daytona, we got to get this one done in Alabama.
Yeah, no, definitely before you head out to Daytona.
Yeah, I know, right? They'll get all my fluids in my body, get ready to go for 24 hours, because that's going to be nuts.
Right. And I know there are a few of these guys in this league that will be running in that Daytona 24 as well on Saturday.
Yeah, so maybe we'll run in together, but they're going to go back green here. Ray Richard, not the greatest start, man. Ray having a problem in the middle lane, and they're going to split him like nobody's business there. Poor Ray just drops like a stone.
Right. Rob Hayes pretty much just took off, but you got Ronald Klein that is right behind Ray Richard.
Yeah, he is, and what's interesting to me there, Rachel, Ronald was not that confident coming into this race, but I kind of predicted he would run good, and he's up into the top, 3 now?
Right. Yeah, he is. And I think he just didn't want to be overconfident.
Well, there's something to be said for that, but I like my confidence, man. I go into something, I can be somewhat cocky, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, so you've got you've got Judd Danielson that's in front of Ronald Klein. So Ronald's in third, you've got Judd in second, and then you've got Rob Haynes, currently the leader.
Yeah, kind of lined up top lane, and what I'm noticing is with these unrestricted motors, it looks like a lot of guys are more comfortable around the mid to top as opposed right down by that yellow line. Nobody really getting down there that low in the corners, and maybe it's because they're not stable enough here in these unrestricted 87 cars to really get down there where you would think.
Yeah, maybe that's the case, but you got Ronald, he dropped down to the inside of Judd, but then you've got Scott Patton that just came out of nowhere and pretty much made this 3 wide and got around Ronald and Judd, and he's right behind Rob Haynes.
And he's diving out again. Look at Patton knifing and dicing his way through the pack. We know he doesn't have a fast repair left, but holy cow, it's not going to matter because he's going to go to the race lead. From the back to the front goes Scott Patton at lap 13. What a power move out of that number 46 machine, if I can think there for a minute. Huge power move by Scott Patton.
Right. I mean, he came from, I mean, I didn't even know where he came from. He just came from way in the back and just came straight through the middle, and just plowed through these guys. And now he's, up to the very front. And hopefully, he can get a pretty good run. But you've got Rob Haynes on his outside, but he has quite a few people right behind him, and so that draft is really going to help him.
And now Scott able to bolt to the race lead. Look at that, number 46. Back out front right now. Here comes Ronald Klein. Move to the bottom as well. The Klein down to the inside of the racetrack. Working that yellow line we talked about, trying to work forward. Haynes to the top. Scott up the racetrack to cover. Great cover by Scott Patton right there. Boy, oh boy, it's getting intense up here at 15 and 83 laps complete. We're starting to see some dancing here down the back straightaway, Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are definitely, doing whatever they can. I mean, we're starting to go almost 3 wide in some of these turns.
Now, these guys definitely putting on one heck of a show, and Scott Patton from the back of the front. Of course, Scott Patton was involved with one of those incidents earlier on as well.
Right, but like you mentioned, he got a fast repair, and he's definitely taking advantage of that, because I mean, he's moved his way all the way to the front. But as long as he can stay towards the front, he should be okay. But if anything happens to where he falls back, or there's any type of incident, it could cost him. So he's just gonna have to stay out of trouble.
Oh, 3 wide race lead once again. Ronald Klein to the bottom. He's gonna make it work down there. Look at this, Rachel. Ronald dives to the inside. We got trouble behind him. It's the 77 hard ending outside wall. Caution on the racetrack here at lap 16. For yet again another incident. Let's go take a look at it here, as they were 3 wide for the race lead. And it was Jack Watts getting turned around underneath Ray Richard. Oof. Man, oh man, looks like he checked up and kind of got fendered into the right rear, and up the racetrack he went. Hard pancake into the outside wall.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I think if that caution wouldn't have came out, Ronald would have definitely made it work to his advantage, because he had Jeff Mert right behind him, pretty much helping him, like, push him to the front. So
actually, it looks like it's going to score Ronald Klein out front at the time of caution. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
that was
then it
close.
Yeah, then it worked in his favor, because, yeah, he had Jeff Burke right behind him, pretty much drafting on him, pretty much trying to push him up there, help him out, because he didn't have anybody behind him, on the line that he was running. It was just him and Merck. So, Merck kind of helped him make that work to get to the front.
So, as we take a look here with 67 laps to go here at Talladega Superspeedway, and it looks like Ronald Klein will bring that city number 76 machine to pit road, along with Scott Patton, as well as the 98 or 199 Rob Haynes, Jeff B. Merck, Judd Danielson, Ray Richard. Pretty much everybody up front down pit road here, Rachel.
Yeah, if I was them, I mean, honestly, there's no reason to stay out. I think everybody should pretty much just come to pit road. Get whatever they need done. Obviously, Watts would need to possibly get damage fixed, or he might go with a fast repair, since he hasn't used one. But, and then, get new tires, fuel, and then, head back out on the track. I mean, they might as well take advantage of the cautions.
And 4. Wesley run 18 of 83 complete here tonight, folks, and what a night it has been here on TV. Already from Talladega. Wrong track there, Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to see if we can get you a commercial up right quick, and we'll be back in a moment from Alabama.
Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created? Like we'll say in motorsports racing, kart racing, or even in sim racing. While on the track, simulator, in your race car, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you need to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even racing suits, they will go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits, as well as safety-rated wear, Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can have your own name customized just the way you like it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, it's your wear, your way.
Alrighty, back after a commercial break here on Extreme Sim TV, getting ready to go back green. It's going to be 20 on the board here at Talladega Superspeedway, coming to green. Up front, you're going to have the 01 or the 60 machine, along with the 199 Rachel, coming to green this time by.
Yeah, I mean, so you got Ronald Klein that's in third, so he ended up moving back, I guess, on that pit stop. So, but yeah, you've got Rob Haynes and Jeff Merritt battling it out from the front.
And back up to green we go once again, folks. So back underway again here. And we're going to keep it rolling right here on Extreme Sim TV. Everybody to the bottom of the racetrack. Up in front, Haynes hanging on, doing a great job at the moment.
Right. I'm not sure what happened with Mark. It seems like he didn't really get that great of a start, and so he kind of ended up falling back. So Haynes ended up just pretty much going out there on his own. But, I mean, he's caught up to him, and he's dropped to the inside.
Yeah, Merck had a murky start there for a moment. Get it, murky start, but he's going to rebound here, back up inside the top. 2 on the bottom right now. What do you think? Should I keep my day job and not go to comedy?
Actually, I like the pun. It worked. It worked. But yeah, he did. Mark though did have Ronald Klein behind him, kind of pushing him up there. but Ronald's kind of fell back a little bit. And you also got, it looks like Judd Danielson that has moved his way up as well. He's right behind Rob Hayes.
Well, it's going to be Ronald Klein to the bottom of the racetrack here. Big move, nice move out of Ronald Klein on the inside here of the 01 machine. He made it, or the 60 machine, excuse me. My bad, he went to the bottom, 3 wide, makes it work. Now they're going to run double file down into the triangle right here with Jeff D. Mert trying to hang on, but up front is going to be the 199 of Rob Haynes leading right now here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Right, and you got Ronald on the inside of Judd Danielson. You know, Judd's trying to make it work on that outside line, but he just doesn't have. Ray Richard is just not close enough to really make that draft work.
This is so interesting how all this is playing out right now as we continue to run here. 22 of 83 laps complete here at Talladega Superspeedway, and it's Ronald Klein up in second. Haynes there in P2, excuse me, in the lead. My ticker froze again. Sorry about that, racing. Not pick back up, but got Haynes up front, and along with Ronald Klein up there as well.
Yeah, Ronald's definitely making some moves through this on this racetrack. I mean, moved back up to second, and then you've got Mark right behind him, still in third, and then you've got Judd that's gone to the inside of Mark, trying to take that third position from him.
Very interesting out here watching these guys right now as they fight their way through at the moment.
I'm not sure if something happened with Ronald, but he went to the bottom of the apron and he's fallen back quite a bit.
Yeah, Ronald's having a little bit of issue here. And he dropped all the way back, really outside of the front pack there for a moment.
Right, he's currently showing in 13th, so I'm not sure what could have happened there.
Well, right now, everybody in the lead right now. They're at Talladega Superspeedway. That's the way they run right now, 24 of 83 complete. And Ronald, like you said, dropped like a stone.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe he's having some type of issues with the car, but yeah, I mean, he's currently in 13th at the moment.
Ronald hanging up front, hanging on. You got Judd Danielson right there inside the top 5 as well. As we're just shy of 26 on the board here tonight, Rachel, at Talladega. What have you seen over the first 26 here to make you interested in this one?
Oh, I mean, so far, the way that these guys are running, I mean, I wasn't expecting them to run so aggressively, like, throughout the race like this. You know, I was thinking some of these guys would probably just kind of hold back, you know, like not really burn their stuff up, but these guys have just been going at it. Multiple lead changes. They're racing it. Most of these guys are racing as hard as they possibly can.
Right now, as we run tonight here at Talladega. Everybody hanging on right now, and it's been a great job. And we got trouble back straight away, 2 cars around. Not sure who it was, but they were on the apron.
Oh.
Ooh. Still trying to get a car number for you. Is it Judge
Caution
Danielson
is
involved?
out.
And caution is out.
Number 68, Brandon Thornhill.
Oh, what happened to Brando here? The Thornhill involved. What happened here coming off the turn 2? It just went to disaster here. Down the back straightaway. Ooh, he clipped Judd Danielson and he pirouetted the car up and over. That car took air, whipped up on its lid, came back out on its top. I think Brandon was trying to relive his sprint car days there or something. Wow, up on its lid and everything there, Rachel. I think Brandon was trying to relive his sprint car days there.
Actually, I could agree with that one. I think so too.
Well,
I'm
right.
not sure who else was involved in that, but I do see Judd Danielson is down on pit road as um as but Brandon is out on track still.
All right, now we're continuing here, folks. I'm going to reload the overlay once again. I do apologize, so we'll be right back here in a moment. And we'll be back here at Talladega for another shot at this one. 27 of 83 complete tonight. Alright, folks, back here at Talladega Superspeedway once again as we continue to work through these issues. And Miss Rachel up here in the booth. What are you expecting here going forward, Miss Rachel?
Well, I'm hoping we can get some more, clean green runs and, none of these guys end up, having any issues. It's really unfortunate because some of these guys have already gone through their fast repairs, um, so yeah, I mean, not all of them have that advantage, if they end up having another caution.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? You start using these fast repairs, aka what we just saw with Brandon Thornton. Oh, I know he had to use one after he did a sprint car tumble there in his machine. Getting that car fixed, getting back out there, but you don't have fast repairs to really fix the car. Makes your life very, very difficult in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. And you do have Michael Jeans coming down pit road right now.
Interesting call there from Michael coming on down pit road there in the 08. The Jeans dropping back in that 08 machine right now. And fuel probably here, Rachel?
Not sure if Jeans is like trying to pull some weird pitch strategy thing, um, or not. So we'll have to see. I don't know if he got any damage, because I'm not sure who else was involved in that caution with Brandon. So I don't know. Maybe he might have some damage on him.
Either that or it was a fuel mileage, which I'm not going to put out. Which I'm not going to say is not possible as much here in this league lately that we've seen fuel mileage be an issue. That would not surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what their fuel window is, but I mean, they are running on 70% fuel. So, I mean, could possibly be that, it was time for him to come and, make a fuel stop.
Alrighty, well, we're going to find out here. 30 on the board of the 83 here tonight, getting ready to go back green. We are just shy of halfway here tonight. Jeff D. Murray will be your race leader here on this restart.
Right, and you also have Mitchell Reeves that's moved up too. He started in 6th, and so now he's currently in 2nd, on the outside of of Merck.
Yeah, and you take a look at it here as we get ready to go back. Green 30 on the board, double file up front, of course. And John Pensola right there, talked about him earlier on. Any surprises up near the front for you?
Yeah, definitely. You've got Mitchell Reeves and Randy Arms. Randy started in 12th, and so he has been kind of pretty much towards the back most of the race, and he is currently in 3rd. So yeah, those two for sure. They haven't ran up towards the front most of the night so far. So
Yeah, and we're fighting through right now. 30 on the board of 83 back under green. And Randy Orange, like you said, up near the front in that 83 machine. We know he's strong, but he really hasn't showed much here tonight until now. And now up near the front here, and we're back rolling at Talladega Racing.
yeah, and you've got Randy that looks like it looked like he was about to try and do a split down the middle, but you've got Rob Haynes. That's Rob Haynes that just went straight down the middle and kind of broke up this pack and has moved his way up to the front.
Yeah, he split the difference, broke up the pack, moved on, and that's exactly what he's doing now to the high side. He'll pick up the draft from the 0-2 of Mitchell Reeves there. Drop back down. Here comes Merck. Big run. Which way does Merck go with it? He'll jump to the bottom now. New race leader possibly here in Merck. Wow, some great aggressive driving up front, but everybody for the most part being clean. Merck getting a little close to Haynes' door right there.
Oh,
Ooh.
and that was Mitchell Reeves that got kind of loose, but he was able to hold on to it.
I tell you what, he's going to need some mellow yellow after that save, that car getting out of shape like that.
Yeah, no, he definitely will. And then you also have, Ray Richer, that has kind of moved his way up.
Yeah, Ray Richer having a great run here. Moving himself forward. And look at the movement at the front of the pack, guys. You see right there, race leader Jeffrey D. Merck basically playing both lanes. Moving up a lane, down a lane, just trying to play both lanes against one another.
Yeah, he's making it work. I would just say he's just going to have to be kind of careful with that because you've got Rob Haynes right on the outside of him, that's trying to move all over, doing different lines, and you just want to make sure that they don't end up coming together.
Well, and the problem with that, and you said it, if he moves up at the wrong time, they could split, put him in the middle, and at that point, you can't defend anything.
Right, yeah.
Arms getting loose there on the bottom as well.
Yeah, Randy got loose, but he was able to save it, and he came back up, and then Mark kind of, trying to block him.
I gotta say, I think Merck's pretty much testing here for the end of the race. What can you do to keep him behind you? He knows he's not going to keep him like this for 51 laps. But what you learn here can really help you at the very end.
Yeah, no, I think he's, he might be testing out a specific strategy or something. But yeah, I mean, eventually, tires are going to wear, and, he's only going to be able to hold them off for so long.
On board here with Ronald Klein, 34 of 83 complete. Look at him run the bottom here and pulling up on the back of this front pack in front of him.
Yeah, Ronald's definitely making some moves, moving his way back up. He's currently in 7th right now.
Yeah, and using that top lane now, and Scott Patton up there in the mix. They were fast earlier. Meanwhile, Jeffrey D. Merckman still holding on to the race lead.
Yeah, I think what's helping Merck is that he has Randy Arms right behind him. Haynes is kind of, he didn't really have, Mitchell wasn't close enough to him to really give him that momentum that he needs to get up to the front to pass Merck. So Mitchell's kind of holding back and not riding very close to Haynes, and I think he's just not able to get that run on the outside like he wants.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? If you cannot get the run that you're wanting, you can't complete the pass. You're stalled out there on the outside, like the 199 is right now of Haynes. There's not much you can do but beat your hand on the steering wheel and say, come on, guys, let me in, let me in.
Right. I mean, and that's one thing, that really matters at this track. I mean, the draft is such a big part of this. So if you can't get people to draft with you, it hurts you. Yeah, you don't. You're at a disadvantage when that happens.
36 on the board of 83 here tonight. Rob Haynes up front.
You still got Mert keeping Haynes from making that pass.
And it's weird to say, but it's almost like they've stagnated out side by side.
Yeah, and I mean, and it could be it looks like they're running really hard, so they just might not have the tires to do it. And it's why they're kind of staying where they are.
Yeah, and they continue to run side by side right now down the back straightaway. 37 of 83 complete here tonight. Mert up front. He'll jet out ahead of that 199 Castrol machine to his outside. And again, trying to jet squirt out ahead, get up and cover in front of that 199 machine of Haynes on his top side right now.
Yeah, Haynes is just unfortunately just off by himself, on that outside line, and it's just not working for him. If Mitchell could get closer to him and possibly, get on his back bumper, he might be able to give him that nudge he needs to get around Mert. But Mert changing the lineup a little bit, going on the outside in front of Haynes.
Easy does it here. That's going to open up the door for Randy, but Randy not able to fill it like you said. He changed it up. And it could have bit him in a hurry there, Rachel, but luckily he was able to cover both back up.
Yeah, he's kind of playing that strategy again where he's just kind of going towards the outside and then back down towards the inside. Like we said earlier, pretty much trying to block both of them. But Haynes ended up dropping behind Mert to go on the inside. But he got really loose.
That was Haynes there,
Yeah.
wasn't it? That just absolutely went to ice skates there for a moment and gathered it back up.
Right, and so now you've got Mark on the outside with Randy Arms, and Haynes down on the inside. But you also have got the 01 of John Pansula right behind him. So in a way, this might have actually helped Haynes because Haynes didn't have anyone to really, be right behind him. So
Yeah, I think so, but I also think Jeffrey Murder, because he goes high, finally makes a mistake. But he has proven how strong that race car is. He's been able to hold that race lead and hold off these challenges up till now. Now it looks like Haynes, like you said, with the help, he may be able to get out ahead of Mert now. After Mert kind of made that mistake in 1 and 2, that's what helped Haynes get out front. But Mert with a very strong race car here tonight.
yeah, unfortunately, Mert, with him making that mistake and also going to that outside line, he just wasn't able to hold Haynes off. Haynes just had a better run on that inside line.
Well, what do you say for the first time tonight, Rachel? We go crank it up here from Talladega Superspeedway. Folks, we'll be back in a moment after Crank It Up. Howdy, folks, back here with you once again here in Talladega, Alabama, as they're 2 and 3 wide, and it's Jeffrey D. Merck sliding back here a little bit, Rachel.
Yeah, Mert back in third. But we got a new leader. We got Randy Arms up there. Oh,
Yeah, I think our scoring is jacked. Yep. Nope,
okay.
Randy's not up there in the lead. I don't think he's being scored 5th right now.
Okay, yeah. So now, yeah, it's Rob Haynes in first, and then you've got Wally. Wally is a new one. He hasn't really been towards the front most of the night. So
He hasn't, but he does have a history at plate tracks I know of, and it really doesn't surprise me as we close in on 38 to go that Wally has moved his way this far forward into the top 3. And the question now becomes, when do we have to see him come down for green flag stops?
yeah, I mean, let's see, we're on lap 45. I know Michael Jeans came down. That was on 29. But most of these guys have just been kind of coming in whenever they have caution. So I'm not really sure what their fuel window is.
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not really sure either to what we will see them run. Like I said, the pit stops we've had, what kind of English is that? But pit stops we've had has been a little bit off as far as how the cautions fell, and so they were basically using the cautions to come to pit road.
Right. So yeah, so we're not exactly sure how far these guys can go tank to tank. So
But the
we'll
one
have
thing
to
I
see.
am sure of, Rachel, is Wally's getting up there getting ready to take the race lead.
Yeah, he dropped to the inside of Haynes. And he's also got Michael Jeans behind him too.
So we're, our best guess here for pit stops, what, 29 laps, 30 laps on a tank?
I would probably say so. I mean, I'm kind of going off of what Jeans did because Jeans came down on lap 29 by himself. So I'm guessing that might have been fuel related. So based off of that, you'd be looking at probably within the next 2 to 3 laps, because that would be probably around lap 50 or so. If it was 29 laps that they could go.
What I'm showing stamp wise, they ran 21. If they can go 29, would put them 58. But they'd be right on the cusp of making it on one more stop.
So. Yeah. So yeah, because it would be, yeah, that'd be very, very close to 83. So,
Oh, Ray Richard out of shape there as well on the racetrack. Sorry to cut you off, but Ray Richard got on a little bit of ice there, got sideways. And it's Rob Haynes who's gotten back to the lead again. While we were talking about fuel, that lead switched back and forth a couple of times. Man, some great racing out there in the long green flag runs here tonight.
right. And then you also got Ray Richard that is currently in second. Wally fell back. He fell back to fourth. But he is on that outside line, and he was kind of by himself. There was no, he really didn't have any help.
A bunch of comers and goers here tonight. I've noticed people coming up and then falling back, then coming up, dropping back and forth all night long.
Yeah, we definitely haven't really had anybody that stays as a leader for very long. We've had multiple lead changes throughout the night already.
You know, it's like trying to find that perfect dance partner, right? You go to the dance, you want the perfect dance with somebody, and you wait all night long to pick that perfect partner for the very end. But that's what we're seeing right here at Talladega Superspeedway here tonight.
Oh, I agree. Actually, that was a great analogy, though. I like that one because it's true. I mean, some of these guys, they're able to really, draft together, especially if they can find their teammates. But some of their teammates could be scattered out, because obviously they're going to work well together. But sometimes when you're in a race like this, you're going to have to work with people that you might not want to work with. to make get up there to where you want to be.
You just don't want to be like me, you go to the dance and you wait too long and somebody else takes the dance partner and you're left
Right.
at the end of the night all by yourself.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, because the last thing you want is to be left out on your own, whether it be on that most of the time these guys are getting left out on that outside lane by themselves. And when that happens, there's nothing you can do about it, and you're going to constantly lose positions. Like as of right now, you've got Ray Richer that was on that outside lane by himself, and he was constantly starting to fall back. He did just drop back down to the bottom of the track to get behind some of these guys, because honestly, that's the best place for him to be right now.
Yeah, he was dropping like a stone in water there for a little bit. Rob Haynes out front, John Pensola right there behind him, and I think everybody's going to get in line here as we're getting closer and closer to that lap 29 mark. So, as we head towards what could be the final stops of the night here at Talladega Superspeedway, everybody pretty much single file at this point. Scott Patton back there. Thornhill back here in 13th. He's never really recovered from his excursion upside down earlier. And if you're back here 13th, 12th, if you've been waiting, it's about time that you've got to start making your move toward the front.
Right. And I did notice that Judd Danielson is on pit road, and he's marked as 26 laps down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see, 26 down in. So that's going to be interesting there to see what happens when he comes out. If he does come back out, if he can work with his teammates and at least help bring the team a victory here tonight. And here we go, leaders to pit road. 26 laps into the stint, and it's Rob Haynes on pit road first.
Yeah, he came down pit road pretty quick, though. Hopefully he was able to get down to speed limit.
What concerns me here for them is there's still 30 laps to go in this race. It's going to be awfully tight here, assuming they can run 29, and they just pitted a bit early. Maybe their pit window opened up right there, and they think they can make it from here on out.
That, or if they've been trying to conserve fuel, which I'm doubting with them being the leaders, that they've probably been running pretty hard. That would have been my only thing, is that maybe that they're stopping now, and then they plan on trying to somewhat conserve, so they can make it and try and risk, possibly just running out of fuel across the finish line.
Yeah, which is not go for it. Why not? You're up front. Try something different. Got John Pensola right here, along with Michael Jeans. Everybody else riding single file right now. And remember, this pack, when it comes to pit road, you're talking, 8-9 cars trying to get down pit road from 212 plus miles an hour?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Most of these guys are running at least 200. A couple of them are going a little bit slower, but
Here we go. Cars pit road, as you was talking, and it's going to be John Pensola leading them down second pack. So on pit road, 28 laps into the stint there, Rachel.
Right. Yeah. And see, John Pensola, I was paying attention to his speed. When he got off the track to come to pit road, he was still at 192 miles an hour. So it was hard for him to get down to about 55-ish. So yeah, this went better than what I was expecting, because that's really hard to slow down that fast.
We'll see. The thing of it is we got more to pit road. The person I know that would be the best pit. Oh, Scott Patton's going to make a mistake here. He's going to go wide and barely gets into pit road, but they're wrecking behind him. And it was Randy Arms involved, and they're going to be out into the triangle of grass.
Yeah, Brandon Thornhill was involved in that one too.
Brandon's got to be livid. Let's go back and take a look. They were coming to pit road on board here with Randy Arms, and Brando just comes in here a little hot and says, "Excuse me, coming through."
Yeah, unfortunately. Um, yeah, it's just it's not looking like not that good of a night for him. Hopefully things change.
Well, as we get back up to speed, I know right there, unfortunate events right there coming onto pit road. It's got Patton out front, folks. How hard is it to get down to 45? Well, it's going to be very difficult. 45, 50 mile an hour pit road speed limit. Rob Haynes is going to be your race leader when it cycles through. But there's one person in this household I know would be good at pit stops. Because good God Almighty, you can't get her over 35 if you try. You got that was a good one. You got to hear me.
Yeah, I definitely have to give you that one.
The best part, I didn't get in trouble because she had her earphones in.
Oh. Well, good she didn't hear it.
Rob Haynes out in front right now, yes. Oh well, I busted. Anyway, Haynes out front, Patton in second. Think Patton and those guys can run him back down?
That's iffy. And I don't know if Patton, whenever he came in from pit road, if he was involved in that incident with Thornhill and them. Did he have any type of damage?
I don't think so. He's got
Okay.
help from Andrew. Now, in the Cup Series, 2 cars are faster than 1, but here in these old school Cup cars, very hard to bump draft, so I'm interested to see if them just wind up running together, if they're going to gain enough to run down Rob Haynes, who is out front right now, is across the stripe. It should be roughly 23 to go here at Talladega.
Right. And the reason why I asked that is because if Patton has any front end damage, that could hurt them. Because obviously we know with these cars, you have any front end damage, the arrow on the car, it just doesn't work. So that would be my main concern. If Patton has any type of front end damage, that could keep him from being able to, really get up there. But I mean, we'll have to see. Cause let's see, right now it says Patton and Schulte pretty much about two and a half seconds back.
Well, last time by, they were a second faster, so they're gaining. Oh, Patton on the apron. That's not going to be good. They got separated. Patton got loose. And now that's going to kill their momentum that they had going.
Yeah. And I don't know what happened. I'm not sure, what happened to make him loose. But yeah, I mean, now they're going to start dropping. You're going to see their times. The gap between Haynes and Schulte is going to be a lot larger now.
Yeah, and this is going to be interesting. Can they gather it back up? I think what is going to have to happen here, Schulte is going to have to back up to Patton and try to revamp their charge here. But the problem is they're starting to run out of laps here.
Yeah, no, they're definitely running out of laps. And then, behind them, you've got Merck. That would be the closest one, but he's over 5 seconds behind. So
the only good thing for Merck and those guys, they may be 4.7, 4.6 now back, but they've got a 4-car train right here. And what's going to be interesting, is that going to be enough in the amount of laps we got left for these guys to run them down? I'm starting to think maybe so, because last time by, they were again about a second faster than Rob Haynes.
yeah, I think if they stick together, sorry. Yeah, I think if they stick together and they just run, in that draft, they should be able to catch up to Haynes. It's just that with Schulte and Patton not being close together. Well, actually, Patton has caught up to Schulte.
I wonder if this point is they're kind of waiting on this second pack to get there to give them even more cars to work together with here. But, well, as I say that, they're gaining down on Haynes now. And with a big run, Andrew Schultz has got the draft of Rob Haynes. And I feel like Rob Haynes is kind of a sitting duck right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, pretty much. That's the only bad thing about running by yourself is that you're out there by yourself, and you don't have that draft to your advantage.
And there it is, new race leader Andrew Schultz flies by Haynes. Now, how fast can these three cars get gathered up before the second pack gets to them now? Led by Jeffrey D. Merck. That's a 1.1. Jeffrey's starting to get a draft off that front pack. And if they get here, then we're going to have a 6-car race at the front of the field here at Talladega, coming to the closing moments here of the OD Top Designs Lugnuts Throwback Series, and caution, yellow on the racetrack. And I fear that Wally's been involved in an accident down the back straightaway.
Yeah. All I heard, I could hear in the background, they're wrecking. That's all I heard, but I did not know who.
Ooh, looks like they're 2 and 3 wide back here, and Wally gets collected with Ray Richer, and that brings the caution out. So with 20 to go, Ray Richer hard into the inside wall there with the 75. One more look at it. Oof. Ray just an aggressive move to the bottom and was not clear. While he was down there, he collected them and around they go. Now caution here with 20 laps to go from Talladega Superspeedway. The field waiting on the pace car here to gather them back up.
I'm wondering if any of these guys are going to take advantage of this and go down the road.
Yeah, I would have to think so. I think if they've got any tires in the box, they come down, you take 4, get back out there and you go at it again here for what should be a 17-lap shootout. So we're looking at a 17-lap shootout here tonight in the OTT Over the Top Designs Tuesday night Throwback Series. Here from Talladega, Alabama, Rachel. What a night it's been.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting race. I mean, definitely unpredictable.
Well, what do you expect going forward here?
I'm thinking now that they're going to be bunched back up again. I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see some more lead changes. I think these guys are going to, start driving a lot harder. Possibly another caution. I say probably like really close towards the end because, trying to, people are going to be trying to, get up to the front as fast as possible, and you just never know.
No, you really don't. And that's the hard part, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and these guys are going at insane speeds. Obviously, like you said, they don't have that restrictor plate on them, so that's another thing too. Is the handling on these cars are just completely different.
Yeah, I just had my documents pop up while I was looking at it. Let's go take a look because this could be very interesting. Just a second, folks. I'm gonna pull up some info for you as we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So right here it is. We're gonna take a look as we head out of Talladega tonight. Again, we go to Dover next week on the 26th. We head over to the Monster Mile, and don't forget, then on the 2nd, we head over to Darlington Raceway for the first round of the championship round. Then we head back to a Superspeedway on the 16th there, Rachel, at Daytona. Of course, Martinsville coming up. You got Atlanta and North Wilkesboro to round out the schedule. So, you go from here to the Monster.
Schedule. I'm really looking forward to North Wilkesboro. I have actually never seen the cars on iRacing run at North Wilkesboro, so that'll be interesting.
And what an interesting night it will be, because that will be your championship race as well. Go to the Top Designs Throwback Series and also. So, getting ready to get them gathered back up. It'll be a 17-lap dash here in Alabama to finish it off here tonight. When we take a look, we started way back on September the 22nd, Rachel. Here we are heading into January the 26th. All the work that they've done all year long coming down to these last few races.
It's been that long.
It's been that long. They started on September the 22nd at North Wilkesboro to start the season at North Wilkesboro here in just a couple of weeks.
It just doesn't feel like it's been that long. Yeah, time goes by really fast. So, but yeah, I mean, these guys they've definitely raised, a hell of the season so far. And I mean, also just from tonight, you can see, you've got some guys that you normally don't see, starting to make their way up here and actually, battle it out because, and it's not actually the same people that you normally see. Like right now, you've got John Pensula that's up front, in third. You've got Trent Drum. I mean, these guys started at the very back. I mean, John Pensula started in 11th, and you have Trent Drum who started in 14th, at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, and my question to you is, knowing that Daytona is on the schedule in the championship round in February the 16th when we go there, how much stock you put into Talladega learning for Daytona?
Oh, I mean, you definitely want to learn. I mean, obviously Daytona's different, but it's still super speedway. I mean, a lot of the same type of things can happen. Like when it comes to cautions and things like that. So, I mean, and obviously, like we mentioned, they're running without restrictor plates, so they have to take that into accountability. The biggest difference is that Daytona is smaller than Talladega is.
Yeah,
So.
forward back to green, 18 to go here in Alabama, and not the greatest restart there for the 12.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but
Ooh, and contact behind him as well. Excuse me there, Rachel. There was contact back there in the back also. Yeah, I think that was Scott Patton that got moved around a little bit.
yeah, but luckily they've been able to keep going. No caution or anything, so we're still green.
Yeah, luckily no crazy nonsense going on, right?
Yeah, I mean, these guys right now need to try and keep it clean and green the rest of the way. I mean, we're already on lap 67. But you've got Randy Arms that just dropped down to the inside of Rob Haynes and is, making his way up there.
Yeah, he followed Mr. Michael Jeans right on through that different colored car still. I'm going to kill Michael. In that different colored car, but making his way on through the front straightaway, back straightaway here, 16 laps to go. And it was Randy Arms that dropped down with him. Now Randy the outside back battle for the race lead here between Arms and Mr. Jeans there as well.
I had to do a double take on Michael Jeans because his car and Ray Richards' car look a lot alike. So at first I had to second guess myself before I said who it was.
Yeah, it's that Elliott Sadler 08, I do believe, right there on the bottom. And he's having a good run here tonight, sitting in third right now. He's got Randy Arms to the outside, but look at Randy Arms and the rally he's made in the Throwback Series here now up front at Talladega Superspeedway. Randy, great run to the top side here, Rachel.
Right, yeah. I mean, Randy has kind of, stayed a little bit towards the back most of the race. But then, towards the end, he's just been moving his way up. And so now, now he's got himself out in front. But you also got Mitchell Reeves that's right behind Michael Jeans right now in the fourth position.
Yeah, he's having a good run as well. And all four of them cars really strong here with 14 to go here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Yeah, but definitely don't don't sleep on Scott Patton. He actually has just moved his way up to the 5th positions right now. He's right behind Mitchell Reeves, and he was actually further towards the back, but he's just kind of moved his way up. So.
Yeah, he has. He's whoa, hang on to it there, Haynes. Haynes got out of shape. This is going to be big. It's going to be arms involved. We're going to have the whole pack here, Rachel.
Yeah, Arms and Haynes got together.
Wow, big incident.
I don't.
Haynes got out of shape, and it just went bad from there. God, Patton's going to get collected. Keep in mind, I don't think Patton has another fast repair.
No, he used his fast repair, I believe, in that first incident that he got caught up into, which was, really early in the race. So I believe Patton doesn't have any more fast repairs.
The O2 got collected here. Patton got collected. A lot of guys making a big move to the outside to somewhat save their race car. Ray Richard coming along, nowhere to go. Unfortunate for him. Patton involved. A bunch of race cars there early or halfway down the tri-oval, that got caught up in this mess as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, so so close to the very end of the race, and they ended up having that issue. Um, but we'll see like who ends up coming down pit road that wasn't involved to see if they're just going to use this as like a pit strategy.
Well, if you look at the replay here, Rachel, Haynes gets out of shape. He comes down the racetrack. As he comes down, that's Reeves there in the 08 on the bottom that's going to kind of tag him again. Shoots him back up the racetrack in front of Arms. Nothing much Arms could do about it. So Randy gets into his door right there. Patton about had it missed. It's a little bit of a tag there from a car, goes all the way down. Reeves is down there underneath him. They start stacking up on the bottom. But everybody else does a great job of guiding their way through what could have been a much bigger incident here at Talladega.
Right. I mean, yeah, a lot of these guys, they were just lucky to, stay out the way and able to get around that incident. So right now you've got Michael Jeans that is currently the leader because a few of these guys ended up coming down pit road because of that incident. You got Schulte in second, John Pencil in third. You've got Ronald Klein that's back up in the top 5. He's in 4th. Wally in 5th. Jack Watson 6th. And you've got Brandon Thornhill that actually, he was the last car to stay out and didn't go down pit road. And so he's in 7th position.
And what's crazy about this, if we look at the stats for this season, Michael Jeans has not gotten a win in the 87 Cup car at all this season. So it would be his first win if he could pull it together.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting. It would be a really good night for him if he's able to, keep it up there, which as long as he can, possibly keep some cars behind him, to help him with drafting so he's not just stuck out there by himself, he should be able to pull it off.
Yeah, it'll be 11 to go this time by, folks. We're going to cut the commercial break. When we come back, it'll be the final restart here at Talladega.
Have you ever had the desire to show off something you created? Like we'll say in motorsports racing, kart racing, or even in sim racing. While on the track, simulator, in your race car, or hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you need to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear has your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even racing suits, they will go the extra mile. Race boots, trainers to gloves, even karting suits, as well as safety-rated wear, Abruzzi has a supply to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can have your own name customized just the way you like it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, it's your wear, your way.
Alrighty, coming back to green here this time by. It'll be 10 to go. The OTT Designs, the Throwback Series, is about to go green once again for a final 10-lap dash at Talladega Superspeedway here tonight. And up front, here we go. Leads, and again another double take for me. Mr. Jeans leads the way.
Right, yeah, you've got Michael Jeans, and then you've got Andrew Schulte to his outside, and then John Pansula right behind him, and Ronald Klein in the 4th position.
Yeah, and that's the way they run right now as we come back to green. 10 laps to go once again. Flagman gives them the green. 10 to go here at Talladega. Everybody pretty even coming off the restart here, Rachel.
Yeah, you do have Ronald Klein that dropped to the dropped down to the bottom of the track, and he's actually behind John Pansula. Guess he didn't want to get hung up on that outside line by himself.
And they did a good job of jumping down in line. Pretty much everybody there in line right now. There's the 60, the 08 up to the back bumper. Or the 09 up to the back bumper, the 08 right there.
Yeah, but also you do have, that looks like Rob Haynes that just came out from out of nowhere. Is that him?
Yeah, that's Rob Haynes. He's up to third. He's
Yeah.
got 5 tires on that machine right now. He is storming through the pack like a man possessed right now with 9 laps to go.
I thought that was his car, and I'm like, where did he come from? Because he was actually a lot further back. I think he was like in the 8th position, and he just moved his way up. But you also got
Scott Patton on the outside wall. Hang on to it, Scott.
Yeah.
Got in all kinds of trouble back here at Randy Arms. He grabs a race car and still got a handful of it back there. Wow, handful of race car on that machine.
Yeah, and you also have Jack Watts that's just kind of off. That was kind of by himself for a little bit, but
yeah. With the race winding down, Rachel, the heat on the racetrack's heating up, and it's heating up fast. And you talked about Rob Haynes. Well, he's your new race leader right now at Talladega.
Yeah, Rob Haynes just came through the pack and just darted to the very front of the field. And then you've got Michael Jeans behind him, and you've got Andrew Schulte.
Top lane, here comes the 08 machine of Jeans trying to fight back. Again, looking for his first win in the Over the Top Design Series. The Throwback cars, he has not had one yet all year long. And right now, topside nice and smooth running up there on the top. Ooh, big crossover behind him. Did you see Andrew Schultz just dive out and leave him like a sitting duck?
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's gonna put Jeans in a really bad position because he is just out by himself. Unless he's able to catch up to Haynes, and try to make that outside lane work.
But look right here who has come to third. Ronald Klein coming to the play at the end. That's another one of these cars that have not won all year long. You know he wants it bad here, Rachel. He's working the bottom. And I think if I'm him, I'm just going to ride right in that spot for just a few more laps.
Right. I mean, if he can get together with Schulte and they can really,
But never mind. He's out of line with Schulte. He's going to the bottom 3 wide. I don't know if I would have done that.
oh yeah, they're pretty much three wide because Schulte was on that inside, and then you also had Watts, but he kind of fell back.
Everybody hanging on here. 5 laps to go at Talladega. They're going to be tight to each other's door through the tri-oval. And they're starting to let these top two cars get away from them.
Yeah, Schulte's definitely fallen
trouble.
back.
Big incident in the turn 1, and it's Ronald Klein embalmed. Is the caution flag flies once again?
Yeah.
5 to go.
It was Ronald Klein, Andrew Schulte.
Randy Arms pinched in the outside wall. Klein gets loose, makes a little bit of contact there with the 09. And it was on from there. Scott Patton was right there in the mix, helped turn Ronald the rest of the way around. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. I mean, Schulte and Ronald had such good runs, and unfortunately,
Up in the outside wall down here in turn, with what's going to be 4 laps to go. So what do you do now? You're going to have basically a green-white checkered at Talladega to end it off here tonight.
yeah. Honestly, most of these guys, I would just try and just run the car. Like, I wouldn't even really try to even go on pit road. I would just let it happen because
Let it work itself out.
yeah, because mainly because of how long it takes to get around Talladega. Because if you went to pit road by now, by the time you would actually get back around to meet the pace car, I wouldn't even do it. I mean,
Yeah,
but some of these guys might.
If you've got tires in the box, maybe, but that's the only reason. Of course, find those guys, if they got a fast repair left, they're going to use it. And indeed, we've got a split right there around Brandon Thornhill of cars coming to pit road. That's going to be mighty interesting for the guys that do have a fast repair here.
Right. I believe most of these guys have fast repairs. I know Thornhill does not. But I believe the rest of them, if I'm not mistaken, all have fast repairs.
It
because
doesn't look like Ronald does, so it looks like he may be out of this one. The 85 does not. Oh, man. There's going to be a lot of cars here.
Oh, yeah, no. The 85 doesn't.
Brandon Thornhill off of pit road here. He's got quite a bit of right side damage. He's got fresh tires, though, if that counts for anything.
Right. I knew he didn't have a fast repair because he used that already. When he took that, that huge tumble, he used that fast repair.
Yeah, that Sprint Car S tumble that he took earlier on in the race down the back straightaway. We'll give him an 8 out of 10 on that tumble.
Yeah.
So, folks, don't forget, we head off to the Monster Mile next week, Dover, Delaware. Yes, indeed. Rachel will be back with us once again next week at Dover. That should be interesting. Rachel will get to Dover next weekend.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I, I'm sure some of these guys, might be looking forward to it as well. It's also a shorter track. It's not as long as Talladega,
Yeah, I have
so.
to say, this race has been kind of brutal on these.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're looking at a 2.5 mile track compared to, most NASCAR tracks being about a mile. So you're adding an extra mile and a half that they're having to, go per lap. So yeah, this is a much longer race than what they're used to.
Well, folks, if you're in the market for a t-shirt, a custom t-shirt being made, want it done in a hometown style, get a hold of Extreme Sim TV, because I actually know someone that's doing t-shirts as we speak at a reasonable price. For more information, you can get a hold of me on Facebook at Extreme Sim TV or on Extreme Sim TV on Facebook. You can hit me up. I can let you know about what we've got here and get you in contact, get you some shirts made at a really affordable price, folks, in a hometown flavor. No big corporate company. So, again, if you're looking for t-shirts, hit up Extreme Sim TV and I'll point you in the right direction to what is being made and what they can do. They can do logos, they can do just about a little bit of everything. So don't forget that. And I can't give the name out, Rachel, because it's not really a company, it's one person doing it. I can't exactly give their Facebook out, but what I can do is point people in the right direction if they're interested.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. Um,
I gotta say, really nice shirts. Really well done. Gonna get ready to go back green again. And we're gonna get ready to go 2 laps to go here at Talladega Superspeedway.
and you've got, looks like, um, Scott Patton is still up there in third position. So I'm guessing he must have dodged that incident just barely to still be in the third position.
And here we go. 3 laps to go when we get this thing back going. We're getting ready to go once again, one more time. Everybody getting ready to fire it off here. 2 laps to go, Rachel, to finish this one off.
Yeah, and you got Haynes, Jeans, and Patton just went down on the apron and just fell back. I don't know what happened there, but you got Haynes that, he's completely left the rest of the field. You got Jeans and Mitchell Reeves that are bunched up together, catching up to Haynes.
Yeah, they're going to have to bunch apart here. They're going to have a run. Here we go. Big run down the back straightaway. And look for the race lead as it's Jeans out front. He's got Reeves behind him and a bunch of jostling behind them as well, coming to the white flag. Will they make it to the white, Rachel, this time by?
I hope so, because I'm sure some of these guys, they're ready. They're ready,
Yeah.
to get to the end.
Here we go. Big run. Haynes top side. White flag going to fly this time by. Give it to Rob Haynes down into turn 1. He'll chop the nose now of Jeans into 1 and 2.
Right, and he had Schulte behind him, but unfortunately now that leaves Schulte by himself on that outside line. But you've got Jeans that just moved up in front of
Jeans to the bottom. Wow. Big move by
Ooh.
Jeans. Wow.
Yeah, that was a close one.
Oh, they're going to be wrecking behind them now. Into turns 3 and 4. Big wreck, and it's going to leave Jeans by himself up front. It's going to be the 42 with him down the front straightaway. And it looks like Jeans to get his first win of the year in the Over the Top Designs Throwback Series. Give it to Michael Jeans. Wow, Rachel. What a...
Yeah. That was an insane finish. I mean, that was the last thing I would have thought would have happened, that most of the field would have gotten taken out in that way.
It started with Andrew Schulte getting turned around, and then it just kind of colossaled into a big mess. Haynes gets turned around, and just, oof, Jeffrey D. Merck on his side, sliding down the racetrack. Wow, Ronald Klein trying to drive through it, nowhere really to go. He's going to get collected in the back of the 77. Scott Patton down here on the apron looking for a way through, gets collected. Man, oh man, what a finish here at Talladega Superspeedway. Wow.
Yeah. And just quick thing, I just noticed. So Michael G's came out first, but look who came out third. To say that he Brandon Thornhill.
Look what the cat drug in.
Yeah. I did not realize that he ended up coming out in the top 3.
What a great job by him. So let's give Mr. Jeans an interview here. First win in this series. Wow, oh wow. Michael Jeans, right up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Wait, yeah, I'm here.
Alrighty, man. Well, your first win in the Over the Top Designs Throwback Series. Great job, buddy.
Man, these cars are a lot of fun all the times. You know, these super speedways, I like super speedway racing, period, but when you put these cars in there, they move around, having to have the throttle control, they're crazy to drive. It's just a blast. I'm pumped. My arms are pumped. My arms are hurting from that the run right before this last checkered, or the green white checkered. It was just, I was sliding all over the place. It was a freaking blast. I love it.
Well, man, you did a great job, Jeans. Congratulations. Your first win here in the Throwback Series. Fun cars to drive. Been a long time coming here to get a win in this division, bud.
Yeah. I missed the first part of the season because of the Pro Series races that I worked with the team, so I didn't get to run the full season. But I'm glad I get to come and help these guys. Finish out the season and run with these guys. It's a blast.
Also, I'm going to kill you. You changed your paint scheme this week, buddy.
Yeah, don't look at it too much. I'm not supposed to put this one on until next week. We got some sponsorship announcements that are coming.
And for a great job here, getting the win here tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, and of course, thanks always to John Hendricks, Loose Lugnuts. It's always a pleasure to come over and race with these guys.
And for buddy, congratulations on the win here.
Thank you.
All right, let's get Mitchell Reeves up here, second place here.
He's getting loose.
Mitchell Reeves, Matt up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, P2 here tonight, man, and that mellow yellow inspired machine. Thought you had something there at the very end. Maybe could have got a win here, but P2, nevertheless, good finish.
Oh yeah. Talladega's always a crapshoot, man. It was a fun race though. I really enjoy super speedways, and I really hope next year across the whole board we have more of them. Just really good fun racing. Yeah, we had a shot there coming on the last lap. Plan was to kind of push Gene just as much as I could, and then coming out of 4, see what it was going to look like. But I think Rob Haynes and Schulte both got loose on the outside and got into me a little bit, but fortunately we kept it straight and brought it home P2. So another good point tonight, going moving 1 week closer to the chase.
Well, great job, man, coming home second here tonight. Like I said, great points going into the chase. Of course, we got Daytona in the championship round as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's gonna be the wild card, and I'm gonna tell you what, man. There's been a lot of people are starting to figure out these cars, and there's a lot of people that are going to be in the hunt for the championship. So it's going to be very competitive for only 15 cars in the race. Just about every single one of them got a chance to win week in and week out. So with Dover coming up next week, I know that's going to be a tough track for me. It was really, really tough for me in the Cup car. So maybe we can redeem ourselves there next week.
Man, well, congratulations to you here tonight. Good luck at Dover.
Appreciate it, man. Gotta go chat to my smoking hot fiance, Caitlin, for everything she does for me. Can't wait to call her my wife here come end of or beginning of November this year. Huge shout out over to Top Motorsports. We had a pretty dang good night tonight. Really worked well as a team. Huge shout out to Brendan Thornhill for finishing P3. I know the wife's out there watching. I'm sure she watched her hubby probably flip it about 67 times tonight, so I'm sure she enjoyed every minute of that. But huge shout out to Thornhill. Glad he got to come and start racing with us more. And Ronald Klein, Jeffrey Mert, Randy Arms, whole crew, we're going to be getting after it here. So, and yeah, of course, you up in the booth.
And Foreman, well, before I let you go, you know when there's a wedding here on Extreme TV, Caitlin does realize that the broadcaster gets to announce this.
Well, hey, we'll set up some cameras or something. We'll bring a phone and see if we can get you to announce it, and we can talk about Mitchell Reeves sliding into turn 4 for the win.
Yeah, Foreman, we'll have a great night, and we'll see you here next week.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Well, Rachel, it's about that time. It's about your turn again.
Okay.
Let's get Mr. Thornhill up here. And then Thornhill, it's Rachel and Matt in the booth.
How y'all doing?
Doing good. Obviously you came out, P3. How's it feel?
It feels pretty good. That was a fun deal there at the end. I kind of hate the penalty deal, but it just happens, I wasn't expecting that, but it was still fun. That's the best thing about Talladega.
Yeah, we definitely weren't expecting it either. You just came out of nowhere and got that third place finish.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, even a broke clock is right 2 times a day. So.
Wait, I got to chime in on that one, Rachel. How many times a day is he actually wrong?
I don't think you want the answer to that question.
My answer has been given. Now I'll disappear again.
But no, yeah, no, definitely. Congratulations, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And
alrighty. Well,
Matt,
you did a great job, Brandon.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, have a great one, dude. Congrats, P3, my friend.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
By the way, you're going to have to get me some more pictures of that dirt car, dude.
10-4.
10-4, buddy. I'll holler at you later.
Later.
All right, there we have it, folks. Rachel, thanks for being a great sport. That was a lot of fun.
hey, not a problem. I don't mind.
All righty, folks. We're going to head out to Dover next week, put some more asphalt down in this season, and we'll head towards that championship round. Matt and Rachel Thornhill in the booth in Extreme Sim TV's coverage of the Over the Top Designs, the Loose Lugnuts Throwback Series. We'll see you in Dover next week.